Hello, all you wonderful Aspies out there. It's Reed, your favorite Aspie. This is episode 2 of Inside the Asperger Zone. It's the reading room. In this episode, I'm going to tell you my experience of getting on ADHD medicine. So let's get on with the story. It all started with me talking with my therapist and telling him all my issues of focus and concentration and whatnot. And then after a bunch of talking, he decided to say, I'm going to put you on Adderall. I'm like, okay. So we finished up our conversation, and then I told my mother, and now we're waiting for the process to happen. Now, I know getting on Adderall is a problem because I have a friend who's been trying to get back on it, but that's another story altogether. So now, finally, I get a call from my pharmacy weeks later, and they're like, Reed, we got a new medication order in for you, but the insurance company has denied it. I'm like, okay, on what account? They're like, on the account that it's not a Medicaid doctor, and the account that on the age restriction. I'm like, okay, so I email my therapist. I'm like, here are the issues: age and Medicaid doctor. He's like, that's funny. I am a PhD doctor, and I prescribed this medicine many, many times to other adults. I'm like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to contact my primary doctor and have him deal with it because he is a Medicaid doctor. He's like, no, Reed, there's no need to get a second doctor involved. Have my assistant deal with it, and she'll put the age process through. I'm like, no, it's all right. Dr. Dan will take care of it. He is a Medicaid doctor. I talked to my doctor, and my Dr. Dan goes, okay, Reed, I'm going to put it through under my name. This way, if any insurance happens, it's going to bounce back to him. I'm like, how long should I wait before I check in? He's like, give it a week or so. It takes time to deal with these things. So I'm waiting, and I email my doctor again, and I'm like, listen, have you heard anything from the insurance company about the prior approval? And he's like, Reed, it takes time. Give it a little bit more time. I'm waiting. I waited again, and I don't hear anything. So I finally email my doctor, and I'm like, his assistant comes back to me and says, Reed, we don't have any denial on our end. Talk to your pharmacy. I'm like, I talked to my pharmacy, and they're like, Reed is still disapproved on age now. I'm like, okay. So I call my insurance company this time. I'm like, okay, I know you guys are approved of the medicine, but why it keeps getting denied and they're under age restriction? He's like, yeah, there is an age restriction on it. I'm like, what do I have to do to get approval of the age? He's like, the pharmacy tech told me and the insurance company that I need to tell my doctors that they want to give prior authorization on age restriction. The keyword age restriction. So, and then give them this phone number to call, which is to your case. So I email back and I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do. You need to give prior authorization on age restriction and call this phone number, which is to my case in the insurance. So next thing I know, I get a call from the insurance company like a week later, and they tell me, you've been approved for this medicine. And then I go, and maybe a day later, I go and pick up my medicine from the pharmacy. So the moral of this story, guys, is do your research, talk to your doctors constantly while you're trying to get on the medicine, because they're busy with other clients. And also do your research on the insurance company. Ask them, are these medicines approved? What I need to get approval for them? What do I need to tell my doctors? Those are very key things you need to talk to them about, is so you can relay this information back to your doctor. That's what I did here. I told my doctor that the insurance company told me they need to give prior authorization on age restriction. And that's how I wound up on Adderall today. Now, the other thing with me and Adderall is I'm on the lowest dose, and the lowest dose still made me feel a little out of it, so I cut it down to half. So now I'm in half a pill once in the morning and then half a pill in the afternoon. And that's it for me. So I hope you all had a great day, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.